Hi guys, and welcome once again back here to my channel. So today we are going to start the first video of many videos for my series on what is an Etsy shop, what is Etsy, and how to start a successful business. And I also, towards the end, will let you know how much we've done for this month of May. And I would like to start the video with a little story time. So I started my first Etsy shop maybe about 3-4 years ago. And if I could give you guys any advice, is always plan. Plan before you open an Etsy shop. So the first thing you want to do, which I did do, is think of a name for your shop. Back then, I used to work a lot with my twin sister. As you guys know, I have a twin sister. So our name we got started was called Twinkies Creations. We went ahead and opened the Etsy shop, and it's similar to the Etsy shop I have now. We had invites, cutouts, and whatnot. Now, here's where the mistakes started. When you open up your Etsy shop, and there will be a tutorial on that on my next video. When you upload your item and whatnot, it tells you how long will it take for your client or customer to get this item, and it always says shorter time attracts more people, or something in the words of that. So the first mistake I did was that I didn't allow myself enough time to make the item that people were requesting. Therefore, if you don't allow yourself enough time, it's time for you to ship out the orders, and Etsy will let you know when the date is that you need to be, this order's going to be shipped out. I never met deadline. And of course, you will have angry customers, which is understandable. And the way to always make them happy, of course, is I used to refund an amount, maybe 10 or 20% amount back. First mistake, guys. So the first advice I would give you guys is know how long the items you put on Etsy take you to make. That's the number one rule. Number one mistake I did in the beginning versus what we're doing now. And when I say we now, it's my husband and I. Secondly is know how much to price your items. Again, a rookie mistake I did, or a beginner's mistake I did, was that I Googled a lot of stuff on Etsy, or I searched it on Etsy, the search engine, and compared how much there were. Now, you do want to have competitive prices, obviously, but you don't want to sell yourself short. And that's what I did. Excuse me. I started pricing them a little bit too under without actually figuring out the cost of the material, the cost to make, pay myself out, shipping, and the rest. So what I do now, and this will be my advice number 2, is know how much the items you are putting up cost. If you're making jewelry, how much does it cost to buy the pliers and the beads and everything else that come along with it? Or if you're selling stickers, how much does it take, the printing, the ink, the paper? All that has to come into play. So that's a mistake I did in my first time I opened an Etsy shop versus opening up my Etsy shop now. Third advice, it's take good pictures and make good descriptions. I'm still having a little issues on this, but they are way better than when I first started, especially on my laser cut invitations. The more detailed you are on your description, the better. I.e., graduations around is in season, and I do have money lace on my Etsy shop. The pictures I have on my Etsy shop show 50 ones, the singles. So when people were ordering 20s, they thought, a lei with $20 ones, they thought that the fullness of the lei was going to look like the picture. So, obviously, you're going to get bad reviews, and it's perfectly fine. I will have a video on how to deal with that. I had to go back and edit my description stating that the one on the picture shows 50 ones. If you want the fuller effect, keep that in mind, yada, yada, yada. So good pictures and good descriptions when you upload what you have to upload on your Etsy account. Another thing I did wrong my first time around versus what we're doing differently now is when, you know, like I said, I will be updating, doing a video strictly on opening the Etsy shop. I had them deposit the earnings, the revenue into the same account where I have all my, we paid bills and, you know, cost of living and all that fun stuff. And so you really can't keep track of how much money you really are profiting and how much money you're spending on material and how much money you're paying, spending on packaging and shipping. So therefore, what we're doing, what's going on to me? What's going on today? What I'm doing today, this time around differently, is I opened up a new account, and that is strictly for Etsy. Etsy deposits are on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, or monthly. We opt to do monthly because that helps me keep track of my expenses versus what we're actually making. So my third advice is this number 3? The next advice is open up a separate account strictly for your Etsy shop. Now, the last advice I will give, and it's another mistake I did the first time around that you know, ended up closing my shop, is your shipping. Your shipping has to be detailed and nice. Back then, I did put my business card in the shipping, and when I shipped out whatever it is that I was shipping out, but I don't know, there wasn't so much thought into that. And in another video, I will be showing you guys how I process my my orders, how I fulfill my orders, and how I ship my orders. So there's a little bit more of cuteness, I guess is the word, how I ship out my orders, and that has been amazing. It's made, you know, the sales go up and have returning customers as well. So long story short, back to my story time. The first time I opened up a shop, I did not allow myself enough time to fulfill the orders. I underpriced a lot of the stuff. I did a lot of refunds because I had to keep customer happy. Well, Etsy is strict on that. If Etsy starts seeing that you're returning or you're refunding a lot of orders or you're not fulfilling your orders on time, they will give you a warning. And then by the third time, they just close down the shop. No questions asked. I tried calling and begging and pleading, and it did not work. So I stopped my Etsy shop. I was making so and so money, but it completely got shut down and I gave up on it. So I just barely opened. I relaunched it again. I'm gonna say December, November. I'm not quite sure. I will take a picture and put it somewhere here to let you guys when I open it. So and we've been doing good. I've been paying attention to detail, allowing myself enough time to process the orders, not underpricing stuff. And even though sometimes you do want to, because you know you're brand new and you want to start getting those sales, and you get excited when you get a sale or two. And it's a different system I have now, and it's been very, very well. We've done this month, I think, a little bit over $1,000, and it just keeps on projecting to be more and more and more. I also learned to keep inventory. Back to advice: keep inventory of the stuff you put up on Etsy if you can. If some stuff you just can't, then you can't. But a lot of the stuff I do, other than the personalized stuff and the laser cut invitations, I can keep stock, and I will show you guys how I do keep stock and inventory on those items. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys on mistakes I did my first time opening an Etsy shop versus second time. And let's do what I told you guys I was do. I'm going to show you guys how much we've made for the month of May, and there it is. That's how much we've made. I'm very proud of it. Because like I said, we do work hard, we do fulfill the orders, we do ship out a lot, and it's an everyday orders. We have the Etsy app for sellers, and there's a specific ringtone for it. So as soon as my husband hears it, he's like, oh my goodness, what is it now? So we've been very blessed about that, and I just figured, let me make a video for you guys so you guys don't make the same mistakes I did, and you can have a very, very successful Etsy shop. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it 2 thumbs up or a thumb up or whatever they like to give you on there. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you could also get all my videos as soon as I post them. And don't forget to subscribe. This video is one of many videos for the series on how to open up an Etsy shop. As I mentioned, I will tell you guys how I fulfill the orders, how I ship out the orders, how I keep inventory, how I manage the account that's separate for Etsy, and everything else that falls in between on having an Etsy shop. Until then, this has been myself, Josie. Hope you enjoy. Bye.